to sprint. Darkness failed to cover the peculiar way the runaway walked. The robed figure was limping badly, dragging their right leg. Despite that, the cultists vanished in darkness without a trace. The party followed to the edge of the plateau where the flatlands become. As our brave heroes reached the edge of the plateau, the vastness of the Camlands opened before them, an ocean of high grass as far as I could see, a beautiful sight, but finding our quarry in the green sea, it would prove impossible. With our heads down and hopes lost, we descended to where a small streamlet flowed amongst the stones, and then, there before us, good fortune, in the haste our villain had run through the high grass, leaving a trail for all to see. The party immediately set off, driven by a single desire to capture the criminal who dared to escape the punishment of the Baron, and had led us on this unwelcome chase. We moved as swiftly as we could, but even the ground seemed to fight us. Rock gave way to mud which grew deeper as we marched on this seemed to grab at our boots. Even the wind began to rise, lashing at our cloaks, and a foul scent filled the air. Sure signs we were heading towards the Null Marshes. Soaking wet and exhausted, our heroes came upon a cabin at the edge of a swamp. According to Kristen, it was a hunter's lodge owned by Drumra Hunter, who lived there alone and was known for her great temper and little patience. This lodge is lit with only a few candles on the tables and the counter. Shadows lie thick around the room. A number of people are here. A well-dressed couple at one of the tables, a girl in simple dress douches near the opposing wall, and at the counter is an untidy dwarf. She's wiping the mugs and glaring at you. From the half-open kitchen door you hear the clanging of pans upon metal, presumably a stove. Kristen looks around with a heavy gaze. Things have gone from bad to worse. We must find the cultists before they flee, and we have no idea what they look like. The people in the lodge look surprised and concerned. Each seems to recognize you and ask themselves, what is the ruler of these lands doing here at such a late hour, flanked by armed guards? Kristen's hand falls to his weapon. Your Grace, I'm ready to make an arrest, but if you wish to investigate further before making a decision, I'll make sure no one leaves the lodge until you give the order. I like to look around and speak with these people. Maybe I'll find something. I trust your instincts, so cool. As you command, Your Grace. No one will leave this house. I'll make sure of that. My advice: take their room keys, their personal belongings, speak their owner's intent, often more than their masters would like. A bearded, middle-aged man stands before you. He wears a massive gold chain on his neck. The woman beside him gives a polite smile and a nod as you approach. Greetings, Baron. The man's voice is low as to rumble. Let me introduce myself. I'm Kerbin Turdum from Rostov. He nods to the woman beside him. And this is my wife, Una Turdum. And we've come to your lands to hunt. Yet, I admit, we did not expect to meet you in person. To what do we owe the honor? Tell me about yourself, please. Latest Baron, my job is to ensure Rostov's laws are upheld. My wife is keeper of the hearth and my loyal companion in prolonged journeys. The word, her gaze fixed on you. Heard about you and your famous legal cases. Let's try. Yay! Is that so? He tries to smile, but his eyes are fearful. I doubt, Baron, that anything you heard concerned me. My family name is a common one. I have so many relatives. I know not a quarter of them. So you're a judge? I have moderate success in the field. Okay. Well, with a difficult job like yours, it's impossible to get without some divine support. Whom do you address your prayers to? Why in Adara, of course. Far from Bavoy, are you not? I doubt it, but news around about developments within the Stone Lands. Okay. Far from Barrow, are you not? I've heard the wildlife here is excellent sport, so I decided to see for myself. Okay. To use for a snard or a bow? Oh, a bow. What kind of prey do you hunt? And cougars. Okay. All place to rest for the night. Okay. A crime has taken place nearby. The one responsible may be hiding in the house. Have you seen anything suspicious? Afraid, Your Grace, we won't be able to help you. Have you seen anyone suspicious? And we are not accustomed to such company. Barred, besides, from the rest of Legolas' point of view, every person in this room is suspicious. Do you know the hostess of the lodge? No, I don't, and I must say she doesn't look forward to meeting new people either. Do you recall who came to the lodge in the last hour or so? On second thought, this young woman, I didn't notice exactly when she entered the room, but he turns to his wife. My dear, perhaps you recall? What was the name of our hostess you was addressing her? Kai, sweetheart. I cannot recall if I saw her at the start of the evening. Okay, I need a room key. Running down the temple. Such a glance, her lips tighten. As you wish, Baron. I'll come back to you later. And looks at you without a word. I'm looking for someone. Can you help me? And do you know who your guests are? Why should I? I'm not. I'm the reward. They come, they pay for a bed, they keep quiet. What? Why would I care who they are? Crime has happened. I need your help to find the culprit. So what did this culprit do wrong? Shot a deer in someone's lands, and now the criminal has to run away as if she was an animal herself. Whatever it is, leave me out of it. The cultist of Lamastu is hiding in your lodge. I've found him. One of Lamasu's own. That's quite a story you've spun, Your Grace. Next you'll tell me I'm holding down in the cellar, and what's your proof that I hide cultists? There are footprints leading to your lodge. So what folk come to this lodge every day, both from the flatlands and the swamps. Your lodge is the only house in the neighbourhood, and is it a bad thing to provide shelter to those who are lost? Several hours work from your lodge is a shrine of Lamastu. Barn enough. Here in the Stonelands you can swing a dead cat without hitting some goblin's nest or cursed ruins or a shrine of something foul. I'm not going to argue with you. Do you let everyone into your house? And what are you hinting at, huh? Your guests, or do you allow everyone who asks to spend the night here? Of course, everyone. What else am I expected to do? Pick who gets this warm spot near the fireplace and who gets left out in the rain. I've let in you and your things, though I've put a terror in. Excuse me? Who are you calling a thug? You're a fair lass here, but who knows what thoughts you have in their pretty head of yours. Well, when he came in, I went to check on my taps. Some people arrived when I was away, so I can't tell you for sure, Your Grace. How many people are in the lodge now except for you? There are 3 of them, all sitting over there. Don't worry. You're away then? Okay. Good. Your Grace, it's an honor. I thought I'd never be able to thank you in person for your kindness, but gods were kind to me. You must have forgotten already, but it was you who discovered my husband's body. A traitor died on one of your trips. You found a brooch and a letter in his body, and I had to send it to you. You made it possible that the last gift from my husband had found its way home. There's not enough words in the world for how grateful I am. What are you doing here? I'm taking what rest I can after a long day on the road, Your Grace. I'm a widow. I've barely had 2 seasons to mourn my husband, and he left me with child, and in difficult times like these. Gralton, God bless her, she's agreed to give me a shelter in her house, so I went there. There was nowhere else to go. Where are you from? From Gralton, yes. I'm from a tiny village near the track. Yes, I never heard about the place. Gralton. As far as you know, Stonelands lay aside. Okay. Are you planning to stay in Gralton? I don't know yet, but if things turn out well, why not? It was a long journey for you. I've little coin to grace, so I have to beg traders, rode in their carts. I spend nights anywhere I have to. This place is the least warm and dry. I'm looking for a cultist of a dark goddess. Can you help me? That's horrible, but how can I help you? Have you seen anything suspicious tonight? No, I don't think so. Do you know anyone in the hall? The first time I've seen these people was when I stepped over the threshold in this lodge. Do you know who came in the lodge last? I heard noise from the kitchen. It was like something fell on the floor, and this guy, grumpy lady Dormer, came out. I need a key to your room. Okay. You see this couple at the table there, nobles from Rostov that claim you were the last one who'd come to the hall. It's not. The hostess, she was the last one. I remember her coming through the kitchen.
In due time. Done.
I was thrown in the fire long ago.
All according to plan.
Completed.
Back door was used. Kitchen servant is busy grinding herbs with a mortar. She's wearing a dress sealed with black stains. On her hair is knotted in a bun with a few stray hairs poking free. The woman doesn't appear to notice you as she makes her way to the stove. You notice she's limping badly on her right leg. Before you can speak, she turns, sees you, and freezes. Who are you? Name's Dasana. I cook for Antidrim's nobles from Rostov. She wipes her hands with her apron. What will it be? What can you tell me about your masters? No quicker road to trouble. Talking about masters, that is. How would you like it if your servants were all gossip about you? They pay regular and not stingy with their coin. They don't yell much, so I call myself fortune I do. Why are they here, you think? None of my business. Might be they have things to do, but I wouldn't know it. I man to cook. I serve when they need. Alright. Looking for a criminal who may have fled this way. Have you seen anyone suspicious? What can be seen here, you say? Ask Dorma. She runs a house. She does. Has everyone come into the kitchen recently? Any Dorma came? No doubt checking to see if I'm palming the silver, as if there's anything worth stealing here. So there's not. Hostess of Laws doesn't mind you cooking at her kitchen, as if she came here often herself. Filth piled in the corners, the floor sandal deep in dirt. I had to work my fingers into the bones to clean the kitchen before I could start a proper meal in this. She curls her lip. The cow shed. Room? I don't have a room. Kept here in the kitchen. And beds, a bench, still warm enough though. What are you cooking? That there's. He throws a glance at the stove. That there's for tomorrow. Tomorrow's midday meal it is. peek into the stew pot. It looks strange and smells odd. You lean over to smell stew. Puns in the face. Besides, you can smell some strange spice which would be appropriate in the desert but not in the first course for dinner. I'm in trouble any longer.
Follow my lead. Done. In due time.
I did as you asked.
Okay, so there's no hunting stuff, so they're
Done
allowed.
and done.
Me see, me keep.
Pile of dirty clothes cover some stars. Sheets on his bed look dirty. The old bed covers sewed together from a number of patches. Dormer's table.
I did as you asked.
Since again, modest clothing, some packed left over. Purse with the herbs and other personal effects. Table holds a pile of letters across a ribbon. These letters were uncle. Okay.
I did as you asked.
Done.
Cloth and bandages. Okay.
That is not far.
I've been to your room. I found no hunting weapons there. You see, well, he was watching her husband closely. He touches his shoulder. I beg your pardon, Barn. I whispered in his ear. Barely hearing and says, "Get a hold of yourself, you fool. You'll ruin everything." Words seem to have the desired effect. So he straightens and smiles. Truth be told, is a rather embarrassing matter. I proved a much worse hunter than I thought. Just imagine. I managed to snap not one, not two, but 3 bowstrings and die. Infuriated, I broke my bow across my knee. It shames me to even speak of it. The woman in the kitchen, your cook. Yes, we just can't imagine our lives without Tristan. My consultation demands a unique date. Private matter if you don't mind. Well, why are the blood-stained undergarments in your room? What is that from? Takes a step back, her eyes wide in fear. I'll explain. I'm expecting a baby, but because of the journey, or of all the worriness, something must have gone wrong. It hurts, and I bleed. I try to find out what's wrong. Take myself to appease the gods. The priest told me he couldn't help. The goddess rejected my child, said it would be born dead. I can't just accept it. I can't give up this child, my husband's child, all I have left of him. People say you came to the hall last. When in the kitchen, somebody's girl has knocked over some of my pots. One of it.
As it should be. All according to
Far along then. And goes and buys Friday, looks at you waiting for the orders. Someone who seemed especially suspicious to me. Just call a name and I will interrogate the person. I'll bring her to you at once. We have questions for you, answer them, and we can dispense at the extreme measure. Who are you, peasant? What gives you the right to address one of the Olorox's family? We are the great house of Brev. We won't be treated as such. An honour indeed, but whatever your family, you're not in Brev. So, if you're done with your pleasantries, tell me what brings you to Barney. It seems to be Lamastu must be involved. Whitens and her voice is steady. You have no proof. Haven't I, lady? Said him. The behaviour of you and your husband tells me a great deal. I stand by what I said before. As a subject of the sovereign state of Brev, I object to your methods and the demand the fair child providing me with. Have you seen something like that before, Your Grace? An innocent woman reciting Brev law as if she prepared herself in advance. He turns back to her. If you are not guilty, Lady Trum, why such a speech? I understand all too well you need a scapegoat, but I won't allow you to cast aspirations on the Turnham name. My opinion, interrogate my husband. He used to defend necromancers in the courts. I can bear witness to his crimes. A real criminal is what you seek. What was that? What? Proud bores me. Death to the intruders. So it was her.
a calculated risk. This was not.
Stop, I surrender. Holds her hands over her bleeding wound, moaning in pain. She raises the hem of her skirt and starts to wipe away the blood from her legs. Her right leg is covered with sores, oozing pus and yellow ichor. You and your minions unleash a blight across my lands. Because of you monsters overrun the barony, and honest people are feared to leave their homes. That's nonsense. I've heard the stories about what's happening in your barony, human, but I have nothing to do with this. The Great Mother rules the monsters of this world, but if you had truly earned her wrath, your lands would be drowning in blood. No barn. You must look elsewhere to place blame. Lamastu and her followers have nothing to do with your troubles. Tell me who you are, quick now. And the priestess of the cult Lamastu, the Great Mother, the archness of monsters. I'm not from these lands. I came because of the pleas of your people who seek the mercy of my goddess. I came to these lands in secret and hid my identity from everyone except for those initiated in the mysteries of the Great Mother. Even the hostess of your laws had no idea who I was, and those looking for divine benefaction found me on their own. And there are more than the followers of Astral who believe. Tell me about the cult of the Last Master. We are numerous and we are strong. The tribe of Lamastu followers grow every day, breeds and spreads over the lands of Glorian, and search for places to create new packs. What kind of rituals were you performing at the shrine? We asked for offerings in the pack. We made it like wild animals, freed of stupid prejudice. I'll spare you the details, human. Those like you are unable to accept the greatness of our kin faith. And you're a merry bunch. But you know, Casala's faith will have a lot of fun too, just without the risk of growing a pair of tentacles in the process. Would you dare compare your flavors goddess to ours, who's as old as the world itself? Your orgies are little more than entertainment for bored townsfolk. Ours are full of prominent. Could we please skip the theoretical debate over which cult has better orgies? What are the rest of Mastery Cult deciding? Only strength, endure the pain, and inflict. And other creatures in this area. Being they're different. Enough about that. All these people in the lodge, are they here because of you? They were searching for blessing and mastery. Other gods have denied them, and they had to ask Mother Monsters for the benefit. Did they come to meet you? Several years ago, a lawyer defended a necromancer in court in Naive City. Okay. Merchant's widow. She's a poor girl clinging on the unborn life in her womb. She see that her husband was too weak before coming to this world. The thoughtfulness thing. No, she did not see. Was not smart enough to see what was transpiring under her nose. I won't offend the name of La Mastery by calling our hostess one of her tribe. Your Grace, please be merciful to these people. Imagine how great their despise must be to turn their monstrous mastery for help. Though the thought disgusts me, the priestess did try to help them in whatever way she could. Priestess' guilt is obvious to me. The people are innocent, let them leave. As for the priestess, she's banished from these lands forever. See that she's removed from the barony at once. Tristan looks at you grateful. I don't think the Stonelands have ever seen someone as kind and noble as you. Harsh but fair, benefiting to your true ruler. Your Grace, wait. You can barely hear Cole's words through it. So let me ask you, no, let me beg you, allow the priestess to perform one last ritual. Let her save my child. I have no other hope except for the son. From her ritual for you, and Kristen to follow my orders. Sermon Mastery, are you ready to help the woman? You may think of me whatever you like, but I have a duty in my pack. And the child will be born a symbol of La Mastery's grace. And that's all. I'll deal with these people as you ordered. I suppose I'll be a relief to Droma to get rid of these such troubling guests. Thank you, Your Grace, for your help and for your wisdom. I pity we don't discover the true reason behind the blight, but at least we have one less mystery down on our lands. Have a safe journey, my baron. Cool. Do. Like that. And even on I think I dealt with that the right way. Don't think we did anything too bad, or I think we just helped everyone, to be honest. So why don't you come on over, Valerie? Do Valerie?